Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 genius and creative homeless people. So we all know that homelessness is a worldwide problem. It can be very sad and difficult for those who are homeless. But these are some homeless people who are truly genius and made their bad situation into something better. So without further ado, let's get into these genius and creative homeless people. But first, be sure to subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10, we have Fair Bet. So, it's not uncommon to see homeless people holding signs asking for money. Most of them say things like, "Can I have $1?" or "Do you have any spare change?" However, as you may see, many people walk by these guys and don't give them any money. That's why some homeless people decide to break the mold. One guy wrote on a sign, "I bet you $1 you'll read this." That means as soon as you've read the sign, which most people probably would, that means they owe him $1. Now, of course, this isn't foolproof and won't work every time, but I can guarantee this guy makes more money than someone just asking for it. Not only because it's a pretty funny and clever sign, but also because it will play on people's mind more and make them more inclined to give him some money. One thing's for sure, this is a creative and original homeless sign. Next up is Ransom. Now this is another homeless sign which is really funny, and the guy holding it even seems to be in good spirits, probably because of how people react to his funny sign. His sign says, "Wife has been kidnapped, I'm short 98 cents for ransom." Of course this is a joke, as no ransom would be 98 cents. But it is pretty funny, especially as the first part would scare people, but the second part would make them laugh. Most people think that they can make homeless people's days brighter by donating money to them, but this guy makes the day brighter for everyone who walks by with this funny sign. Next up is outdoor living room. So most people's living rooms are in their house, of course. But when you're homeless, the outdoors is your house. And from this list, we all know that it seems a lot of homeless people are pretty creative. Well, one guy found some chalk and decided to remake his living room outdoors. He did 3D drawings of a lamp, a couch, a table, and paintings. Some homeless people sit in the same spot all day to collect money. Well, this guy decided to make his spot very arty and creative and also kind of funny. Not only does this capture people's attention who might want to donate money to them, but it also makes people smile. You could say this is also kind of sad and sends a powerful message, but one thing's for sure, this is genius and creative. Next up is Shopping Cart Shelter. So this isn't one homeless person, but a collection of homeless people who are using this new invention. A company in the UK named Shelter Cart made this invention for homeless people. It's basically a giant shopping cart that homeless people can use to carry around their possessions in the day, and they can also carry around bottles in it for bottle exchanges to make an income. But the cool thing about the Shelter Cart is it doubles up as a bed. At night, homeless people can sleep safely and free of rain and snow. They simply tip it over and then use the other half of the cart as a cover. We all know that sleeping rough can be cold and very dangerous, but this solves the problem. And it's also very portable, so homeless people who move around a lot can use this too. This wasn't really made to solve the problem, but more to raise awareness. However, this is for sure one genius and creative idea. Next up is Invisible Man. Now this is much more than just a homeless sign. Some homeless people walk around all day but want to keep their spot. Well, one homeless man found a way to move around in the day, keep his spot, and earn money all at the same time. He positioned gloves, sunglasses, a hat, and sandals, and then he got one of those gloves to hold a sign saying "Invisible and Homeless." The sign says, "I am Frank Tenkinson, I'm poor, homeless, and I have invisible manitis." It then goes on to say, "Please donate so I can be cured." Now, of course, this is a joke, but its humor may actually make a lot of people donate. One of the gloves is holding a cup which allows people to do this. And to be honest, I definitely would, as this is really impressive. I have no idea how he got the gloves, sunglasses, and hat to stay up like that. Who knows, maybe he really does have invisible manitis. Next up is Time Traveler. So I'm sure we're all used to seeing those news stories where a guy claims to be a time traveler. Well, in this case, a homeless guy claimed to be a time traveler as a joke and made a hilarious sign too. His sign says, "Time Traveler, help, need money for a new flux capacitor." Now, if anyone's seen Back to the Future, we all know that a flux capacitor is what makes time travel possible. It's what Dr. Brown put in his DeLorean to make it be able to time travel. Now, this guy doesn't exactly look like Dr. Brown, and it doesn't look like his sign's helping that much, as he's only got one coin in his bucket. But who knows, maybe now he's got enough to buy a flux capacitor. But seriously, this is a very funny and genius homeless sign, and to anyone who's seen Back to the Future, they will definitely crack up as soon as they see this. Next up is Kick Me. So this is a homeless man who knows how to make his bad situation into something positive, and he did that all with a bit of genius and a bit of humor. One homeless guy was in a wheelchair, which I assume makes being homeless all the more difficult. However, he decided to make it his niche with a funny homeless card. His card said, "Give me some money or I'll kick you in the face." Of course, if homeless people with legs did this, it would be kind of scary. But seeing as this guy's laughing and in a wheelchair, we know it's just a big joke. This attracts a lot of tension and a lot of laughs, and gets him a lot of money. Although it is sad that he's homeless, he seems pretty happy, and it seems like he has a lot of people talking to him and being his friend. Next up is Pushcart Home. So we've seen the shopping cart shelter from before. Well, this is kind of similar but a bit more advanced. One guy in America designed this tiny mobile home. Now you may think it's simply a box with wheels, but it's much more. Inside there is a working sink, a window, and even a toothbrush holder. There's also a pan and gas stove for cooking on, and the base of the pushcart is even made of foam. This allows homeless people to sit in it or even use it as a bed. It fits most people of an average height and is a great solution to homelessness. And of course, there are storage cupboards for homeless people to put their belongings in. This is seriously genius, and these only cost around $50 to make. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll be seeing a lot more of these. Of course, this isn't a permanent solution to the problem of homelessness, but it is a step in the right direction. Next up is Home Street Home. Now this one is very creative, but it's also very sad and sends a very powerful message. One homeless guy wrote with permanent marker on his mattress, Home Street Home. Of course, this plays on the classic saying Home Sweet Home, but it just goes to show that not everyone does have a home sweet home. Some people have to sleep on the street every night, which can be very rough. It may just seem like a funny cartoon on the surface, but really this does send a very sad message. And it goes to show that we should help out homeless people a lot more and not just let them sleep on the street while we have a home sweet home to go to. What do you guys think about this very powerful and creative message? Next up is Bottle House. So we all know that many countries in Africa are very poor. A lot of people don't have homes, and those who do don't have very sturdy homes. Their homes are often made of straw or mud, which can be worn away. Well, one genius guy in Nigeria made a house out of plastic bottles. You may be used to throwing your bottles away, but instead you should recycle them or donate them to renewable energy companies. One renewable energy company called Dare donated a bunch of bottles to Nigeria. One guy then used these bottles to make a house which is fireproof, earthquake resistant, and even temperature proof. It maintains a comfortable 64 degrees Fahrenheit year round. And what's amazing is this house took just 2 months to build, and that was with one guy. Just imagine if 100 people made these. And with the millions of tons of plastic bottles thrown away every year, just imagine how many of these houses could be built. You may not think a house made out of plastic bottles would be good, but this guy made it a genius idea that actually worked. Check out the poll in the top red corner to vote for the most genius and creative homeless person. And if you want some life hacks and DIYs, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment, so click it to check it out. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what you're waiting for, subscribe to Top 10s.